Hello. Today's episode number 59 of the Professor Slots podcast discusses what you need to know about the slot machine casino gambling environment in the state of West Virginia during 2019. Thank you for joining me for the Professor Slots podcast show. I'm John Friedel, and this is a podcast about slot machine casino gambling. It is where I provide knowledge, insights, and tools for helping you improve your slot machine gambling performance. In case you missed it, on my last episode, I went over Washington Slots 2019 with its 29 tribal casinos having VLT-style slot machines controlled remotely by the tribal state lottery system. I hope you enjoyed listening to my last episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Remember to visit professorslots.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 7 online resources for improving your gambling performance, including the one I've used as a top-tier slot machine casino gambler. Today, I'm providing a brief overview of the current state of gambling in a U.S. state, territory, or federal district, emphasizing, by far, anything of interest to slot machine casino gamblers. This time, it's West Virginia slot machine casino gambling in 2019. Here goes. West Virginia slot machine casino gambling consists of 5 casinos, including 1 casino resort and 4 pari-mutuel wagering facilities with slot machines. Bars, restaurants, and fraternal organizations may have up to 10 video lottery terminals, VLTs. The West Virginia State Legislature has 2 sets of minimum and maximum payout limits, depending upon the location of the gaming machine. Limited annual information is available on actual payout return statistics. The minimum legal gambling age in West Virginia depends upon the gambling activity. For land-based casinos, poker rooms, and pari-mutuel wagering, it's 21. For bingo and the lottery, it's 18. In 1994, West Virginia legalized video lottery terminals at their Thoroughbred and Greyhound racetracks. Machine restrictions at these pari-mutuel wagering facilities include approval by the local county and having only slots, blackjack, keno, and many versions of poker. In 1999, West Virginia began allowing physical real slot machines at licensed racetrack casinos. In 2001, West Virginia passed a law allowing VLTs in bars, restaurants, and fraternal organizations. Bars and restaurants can have up to 5 VLTs, and fraternal organizations up to 10 VLTs. The Limited Video Lottery Act also imposed the state total of VLTs to 9,000 electronic gaming machines. Regarding slot machine private ownership, it is legal to own a slot machine in West Virginia privately. The West Virginia Lottery Commission controls all VLT gaming regulations. After a 67% voter approval, the West Virginia Lottery was created in 1984 in Article 6, Section 36 in the Constitution of West Virginia. Afterward, West Virginia legalized VLTs with subsequent amendments, acts, rules, and statutes. Each of these statutes is available at the West Virginia Lottery's Rules and Regulations webpage. There are 4 pari-mutuel racetracks and 1 casino resort with slot machines in West Virginia. Based on the latest information from mid-2018, these lotteries had a total of 5,841 gaming machines available for playing 18 different games. Another 1,470 retail locations with 5 to 10 VLTs have a variety of 11 games. The largest casino in West Virginia is Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races, having more than 2,500 gaming machines and 98 table games, including a 16-table poker room. The second largest casino is Mountaineer Casino Racetrack and Resort, having 1,525 gaming machines and 36 table games. There are 5 racinos in West Virginia. As usual, when there are too many casinos to mention here, a complete list along with links to their websites, assuming they've set one up, is available at my website blog article for this state at professorslots.com/WV. West Virginia has no federally recognized tribes and therefore no tribal casinos. As an alternative to enjoying West Virginia slot machine casino gambling, consider exploring casino options in a nearby state. Bordering West Virginia is, to the north, Maryland and Pennsylvania. To the east and south, Virginia, and to the west, Kentucky and Ohio. To visit any of my articles on these U.S. states, visit professorslots.com followed by its 2-letter postal designation. For example, my Maryland slots article is available at professorslots.com/MD. Are you interested in sharing and learning with other slots enthusiasts in West Virginia? If so, join our new slots community on Facebook at professorslots.com/FBWV. All you'll need is a Facebook profile to join this closed Facebook group freely. There you'll be able to privately share your slots experiences, as well as chat with players about slots gambling in or near West Virginia. Join us. Again, use this convenient link I've created to go directly to our group on Facebook, professorslots.com/FBWV. Besides myself, currently we have 7 members in our West Virginia slots community. To welcome people when they join, I'll ask them to share with us their favorite casino. So far, Donna has shared that her favorite casinos are Rocky Gap Casino and Resort Flintstone in Maryland. Monica says she goes to Wheeling Island the most, but only because it's closest. Kenny also likes Wheeling Island, but says it's his favorite. Lately, I've also taken to asking if anyone has been to a casino lately and did they have a trip report or photos to share. Members have been sharing which casinos they've been to most recently. It'll be interesting if they ever cross paths. Knowingly cross paths. As often as some members go to the same casino, I wouldn't be surprised if they've sat next to one another at times, right? West Virginia has 2 sets of payout limits. For racetrack casinos and the casino resort, the limits are 80% and 99.9%. For the non-casino environment, such as bars, restaurants, and fraternal organizations, these limits are 80% and 95%. Further, the 5 to 10 VLTs allowed at non-casino environments must obtain individual permissions to have a greater than 92 payout return. These so-called high payout terminals must twice obtain commission approval, including written consent prior to manufacturing and approval before applying for testing. So while the VLTs at bars, restaurants, and fraternal organizations have payout limits between 80% and 95%, typically it's more between 80% and 92%. The annual actual payout return percentage for all casinos in West Virginia was 92.92% in 2018 per the Commission's financial reports under the News and Info Information tab at the West Virginia Lottery website. The West Virginia entry from the American Casino Guide's Slots Payout Statistics offers further payout return statistics by casino facility. However, these values are not reported online by the state. I've had more than a year since my first West Virginia slots article to think about how this is possible. I respect the content and long history of the American Casino Guide, which I reviewed in episode 44. What I don't understand is how they can have payout return information which is not otherwise publicly available. For this latest West Virginia slots article, I looked everywhere for it. I just couldn't find it. Sure, a year ago I knew next to nothing about West Virginia gaming regulations. It was possible I missed it. But this time, that's much less likely. So again, how does the American Casino Guide know the payout return statistics by casino facility when only the payout return for all casinos was shared by the West Virginia Gaming Commission? There's another problem with either the payout return statistics for all casinos from West Virginia or the payout return statistics for each of the 4 casinos from the American Casino Guide. They don't add up, both figuratively and literally. Each of the annual casino returns provided by the ACG is less than the percentage provided by West Virginia. The West Virginia percentage is nearly a whole percentage point higher. So something is not adding up here. It's a real puzzler. Well, perhaps this discrepancy will get sorted out in my 2020 review of West Virginia slots in about a year. We can hope so. West Virginia slot machine casino gambling consists of 1 casino resort, 4 dog or horse racetrack casinos, and 1,470 retailers. The 4 casinos may have gaming machines with up to 18 different games, as well as slots with physical reels. Retailers may have 5 or 10 video lottery terminals with as many as 11 different games. Payout return limits are different for casinos versus retailers, although both have an identical minimum payout return of 80%. Casinos have a 99.9% maximum return limit. However, retailers have a 95% maximum payout return limit with restrictions. Multiple commission approvals are required for machines with a greater than 92% payout return limit for these retailers. Over the last year, there has been little change in the West Virginia gaming industry. Remember to visit professorslots.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 7 online resources for improving your gambling performance, including the one I've used as a top-tier slot machine casino gambler. The next episode of the Professor Slots podcast will be my Tribal Gaming Ultimate Guide, which took me over a year, about 13 months, to write. To suggest a topic or ask a question which might end up as a blog article or on a podcast episode, email it to john@professorslots.com, where John is spelled Jon, or by calling 702-90-SLOTS to leave a voicemail. That's the end of another great episode of the Professor Slots podcast. Thanks so much for listening. Show notes of this episode are now available within most podcast apps, but are also available on my website at professorslots.com/episode 59. I plan to have the next episode come out very soon for you, where I'll have more amazing content for the show. Until the next episode, have fun, be safe, and make good choices. Bye.